He's nice equals he's safe. Lol. Be me? 24. Comms goblin at a community arts nonprofit with a budget made of vibes. Work title says engagement strategist. Really just post carousels about support local femmes and fix commas. Morning ritual. Bike in with my thrifted helmet that looks like a grapefruit. Park next to 3 e-scooters and a unicycle someone calls sustainable. Tote bag says GIRLS bite back in bubble font. Enamel pins clack like castanets. Get out latte from the espresso machine the board bought instead of giving raises. Sip it like it's praxis. Slack pings already. Allyship all hands channel is a war zone about microaggressions versus macro latte prices. Drop a thread. Mentoring women not equal to charity, it's minimum viable decency. React to myself with the purple hearts because no one else awake. 9:30 stand-up in the Black Box Theater. Theater kids versus spreadsheet people, eternal war. ED says we'll apply for a grant about gendered spaces in public art. Write gendered spaces on Notepad because I love a 2-word thesis. Look up. 2 operations guys hovered by donuts like gulls. I roll, do a tiny sermon about men hoarding technical knowledge like it's dragon gold. People laugh, feels like cardio for my ideology. We have a tiny AV team. Soundboard, cables, projectors older than the interns. My roommate works there. Name's Leo. Blue hoodies and quiet hands. The kind of guy who stacks chairs without being asked. Pays rent on time, washes pans without sighing, plays lo-fi beats at a civilian volume. In my head he's nice but complicit TM, like soy milk in human form. Lunchtime, park bench with my girl gang. We demolish vegan ban me and stereotypes. Someone says their professor refuses to meet one with female students. Say the script in one breath. That's cowardice dressed as policy. Friends nod like pigeons in hats. We cackle at a meme. Men will study 14th century boat construction instead of therapy. My phone buzzes. Group chat named witches but in HR. Flood of screenshots from LinkedIn sermons. Do the usual dunk. Log off feeling righteous with crumbs on my cheeks. Saturday rooftop. String lights, kombucha, someone's illegal plant winking at the moon. Friend of a friend is there. Union guy, scuffed boots, eyes like he's seen 12 safety videos in a row. He hears us riff about men terrified of competent women. He shrugs, goes yeah until the accusation hits someone you love, then it's not a tweet. Record scratch, MP3, silence for 2 seconds. Then we hit resume, jokes return. We clink mason jars, topic changes to astrology beef. Gemini slander takes the heat. Sunday night, meal prep mixed with doom scroll. Pan sizzles, brain sizzles louder. Phone chimes with a cryptic email. Subject, immediate facilities update. Body, AV team member placed on administrative leave pending review. Initials match Leo. Spatula stops mid-flip. Tofu commits Sudoku on the floor, stare at the screen. Read again, again, no details, just pending review and a please do not discuss. My stomach does a kickflip. Walk into the kitchen. Leo at the table, hoodied eyes like empty sockets. Laptop open to a login failure loop. Badge on the table looks suddenly counterfeit. Ask what happened. He whispers, rehearsal room demo with the new intern. I reached for the fader. She stepped closer, our sleeves brushed. Silence, keeps going, voice shredded. She filed that it was unwanted contact plus invading space. I said it was accidental. They said step away while they look into it. He laughs, but it breaks on the edges. They took my keys before I finished the sentence. Mind playing tug-of-war. One side, believe women. Other side, I know this man's dishwashing schedule. Both sides sweaty and underfunded. Monday office. Someone has already sanitized his workstation like a museum diorama. No coffee ring, no gaffer tape, no Leo. Slack shows his handle as a ghost. Profile pic replaced by a default silhouette that screams disposable asset. ED posts statement in announcements. We remain steadfast in our commitment to safety and respect. Comments disabled. Thumbs up emojis still appear somehow. Digital phantom limbs, DM from a board member. We so appreciate your leadership voice online. Please refrain from commentary on ongoing matters. My leadership voice suddenly on mute. Friends chat pops off. T, who is it? Heard it's the AV guy who hates ring lights. Classic. Someone drops a celebratory gif. I put phone face down like it's radioactive. After work, I bike home too fast and almost unionize a pigeon. Leo's door open. He's on the floor fixing a cable he doesn't need to fix. Habits don't know about memos. I tell him we'll figure it out. Voice sounds like someone else's. That night I can't sleep. Brain runs the tape of every speech I've given about systems. Rewinds, plays, rewinds. Smash patriarchy sticker on my water bottle looks like it's smirking. Tuesday, listening session on Zoom. Slides with stock photos of hands in circles. Phrases like brave spaces and community agreements. Chat box full of thank you for holding this. Someone reads a poem about boundaries. I type clapping hands because my fingers have muscle memory. After the call, I message the intern not to pry, just to, I don't know. Type, hey, hope you're okay. Delete it. Type, if you need a ride sometime, I have a bike, which is useless. Delete that faster. Close laptop before I invent a new offense. Lunch with our oldest staffer. She's done 30 grants and 5 revolutions. Ask her hypothetically. She stirs soup like a fortune teller. Says quietly, I keep doors open and my calendar public. If anyone decides you're a headline, there's no appeal button. She blows on her spoon like that's the end of the advice. Afternoon email. Subject, extended administrative leave. For Leo, CC everyone with power, BCC, probably God. Language is antiseptic. I can smell the bleach through the screen. Stop by his room after work. He's measuring time in unread messages. Pile of coiled cables like a nest he wishes he could crawl into. Ask him again. He gives the same story like a loop pedal. Ads, I asked to give my statement on record, they said later. Ads, my logins died before lunch. Ads, they want the keys, the laptop, the happenstance, the me. My phone buzzes again. A friend DM, saw a post, accountability at last. The caption is vague enough to be libel-proof. Comments are not vague. My ribs feel like a birdcage for a panicked pigeon. Wednesday night rooftop, different lights, colder air. The union guy's there again, eating chips like he's on guard duty. I tell him what happened without names. He nods slow like he already heard this song on the radio. Says process should be a noun, not a guillotine. Take a breath. Don't clap, just pocket the sentence for later. Thursday, the intern posts a story with a pink background and serif font. Safety is not negotiable. Heart reacts flood. People who don't know say proud of you. People who kinda know say nothing. Algorithm asks if I want to share. I tap not now. App asks again in a different hat. Later, I find myself standing outside HR's door with a stapled stack of talk points. The HR guy smiles like a screensaver. Thanks me for leading culture with your content. Asks me to record a video about how to be allies. Asks me not to reference ongoing matters. Asks me to smile more, but in a way that looks like neutrality. I say yes because my mouth forgets how to say no. Bike home. Recording script in my head as I dodge SUVs like pixels. Open our door. Leo is packing a box too carefully. Puts his favorite screwdriver inside like a funeral. I blurt, do you want me to talk to her? He shakes his head. It'll look like pressure. He says the word pressure like it's a bruise. We sit on the floor with 2 warm ciders, talk about nothing like how the neighbors have started a kombucha cult. Then we don't talk at all. Silence builds a fort we both hide in. Friday staff meeting has a new slide. Interpersonal conduct pilot. Everyone nods like bobbleheads. Bullet point. No unscheduled ones across positional lines without a windowed room. Office is mostly curtains. Our building is an old warehouse with vibes and 0 windows. Clap. DM from a donor liaison. Are we going to put out a statement with hashtags? I stare into the middle distance. Type, we can emphasize values without specifics. Send it. Vomit in my soul a little. After lunch, I accidentally open the witch's chat. Someone typed, men stay losing. Someone typed, accountability arc. My fingers type, do you actually want them gone or do you want them to learn? Hover over send, delete, post a sticker of a raccoon instead. Saturday morning farmer's market. Pretend to care about kale, run into the intern by the honey stand. She sees me, freezes for a half second, then smiles the smile of someone in a brochure. Me too, brochure smile deployed. I say, hey, hope the week wasn't too rough. She says we all deserve to feel safe, voice steady, posture taught from workshops. I nod like a bobblehead in a car crash, ask what outcome would feel just. She cocks her head, says consequences teach faster than workshops, buys honey, walks away. My hands shake like I just drank espresso with a side of earthquake. Sunday I visit my mom. She doesn't know details but knows vibes. Feeds me noodles like it's a legal strategy. Asks, is your roommate okay? I say he's breathing. She says breathing is a start. We watch a drama where everyone miscommunicates for 40 minutes. Life imitates content. New week, new procedural email. They want a written statement from Leo this time. 2 paragraphs maximum. I suggest he write 4 and then delete 2 like a blood sacrifice. He writes, deletes, writes, deletes. Ends with I'm sorry for the discomfort, it wasn't intentional. Stares at sorry like it's a betrayal. Hit send anyway. Stares at sent folder like an altar. Office installs a new poster wall. Rainbow gradients and silhouettes of collegial elbows. Caption, touch is not required for collaboration. Cool, high five the air. My video gets scheduled. Ring light in the studio points at my pores like a snitch. Teleprompter says, we listen, we learn, we lead. I read it like a hostage with eyeliner. Editor says, can you smile at the end? I show 8 teeth, call it reconciliation. Later that day, a grant officer calls. We love your commitment to gender equity. Can you add a measurable? I say less incidents. He says we need a number. I say 0. He says be realistic. We both laugh at nothing. After work, I avoid home, walk circles around a mural of a giant hand catching another hand. Realize the hands are enormous because reality is small. Decide to buy Leo pizza. Return to the apartment. He's reading the same 3 lines of an email like it's a riddle. He looks at me. They said they can't share details, but they appreciate my cooperation. That sentence is a maze with no exit. The intern posts again. A carousel about systems that protect power. Slide 5 is a picture of a soundboard. My heart drops into a milk crate. Someone tags our nonprofit on Twitter. Proud of this org for taking action. Someone else replies, took them long enough. Third person asks for the accused name like it's a menu item. Mute thread, mute phone, can't mute brain. Tuesday, 6 p.m., donor mixer. Candles, cheese cubes, words like synergy, wearing bow ties. Older man corners me near the ficus. I simply don't see gender. My eye twitches in 4K. I give him the soft lecture for rookies. He nods like he unlocked Feminism DLC. I refill the brie because that is actionable. Bike home in drizzle. City smells like wet coins. Find Leo on the couch. He turned off all the lights because light feels like cross-examination. Sit with him. Hand him a piece of brie napkin wrapped. He laughs for the first time in a week. Then doesn't. Wednesday HR schedule. Resolution meeting. That phrase has more nerve than my spine. Leo goes alone because that's the rule. I wait by my phone like a Victorian wife holding a candle. 2 hours pass. 3. Door opens. He walks in. Puts a manila envelope on our table like a tombstone. Letter says, position eliminated due to restructuring. Restructuring my entire Attler dollar. He stares at the envelope. Then at me, says, I guess I won't be around the cables. My mouth says, I'm so sorry. My brain says a lot of words that would make a sailor file a complaint. We take the box to his car. Cables, hoodie, mug that says quietly competent. Neighbor waves, doesn't ask. No one wants to be in an episode. That night the union guy texts me a link. City paper has a blurb. Anonymous allegation at local nonprofit prompts policy review. Picture is our building looking like a guilty loaf of bread. Comments are the usual soup. I put my phone face down under a pillow like that'll smother it. Thursday post-mortem with the team. We draw a flowchart for future incidents. Boxes, arrows, outcomes. One box says administrative leave. Another says no fault exit. I whisper no fault but all blame. No one hears me over the dry erase squeak. The ED thanks me for my video again, says it's getting engagement. Says funders love clarity, asks me to schedule a series. I say sure because eating requires money. After I find the intern in the quiet corner with the plant wall, ask, are you okay? She nods, eyes glassy but steel-lined. Says, I finally slept. I say, I'm glad. We stand there with air between us like a country. I start to say, I knew him. Stop. Say, I'm here if you need logistics. She says, thanks. We both know what wasn't said. Walk away carrying separate furniture. Weekend again. Leo moves to his sister S for a while, leaves his tea strainer and an Echo. Bedroom looks like a staged photo of absence. I put his screwdriver on the shelf like a relic. I go to a zine fair because therapy is booked till winter. Buy a risograph booklet called Gentle Accountability, also a sticker that says systems are made of people. Stick it on my laptop next to Smash Things Responsibly. Sunday dinner at Mom's. She asks without asking. I say he's breathing. We serve soup. She says soup is also a start. I don't cry into it. Almost. Monday content calendar. Drag a tile titled Consent, Clarity, Care into the grid. Schedule it for Thursday at 10:03 because the algorithm likes Thursdays. Hover over Publish. Think of Leo's hands labeling cables neatly in blue tape. Think of the intern's pink slide saying, safety isn't negotiable. Think of me talking like a TED Talk in a broom closet. Click schedule anyway. That's my job. Stand by the poster wall. Red touch is not required for collaboration again. Add in pen, but context is. Immediately wipe it off because CCTV exists. Scribble it in my notebook instead. Underline twice, text from the union guy. Beer. We sit on milk crates behind the venue like raccoons with opinions. He says, do you still believe women? I say, I believe people are messy and systems love simple stories. He nods like a mechanic approving a weird noise. Says, welcome to Nuance, it has no merch table. We clink cans. It tastes like compromise. Later that night I open the witches' chat. Type a paragraph about process and mercy and how safety is also about not making guillotines default. Backspace the whole thing. Post a raccoon sticker again. Growth. 2 weeks pass. No one says Leo's name out loud, but I see him in the gaps. In the way people leave doors open now. In the way meetings got shorter and colder. In the sign-up sheet for Buddy walking to parking lot. ED asks me to do a panel on digital feminist advocacy. I start drafting lines, catch myself writing believe women like a reflex. Pause, add believe in process. Add believe in repair. Add make rooms where truth can be said without instant annihilation. Delete 3 adjectives because it's getting churchy. Record the panel, clap emojis fly. Donor sends 3 heart reacts and an extra $500. My salary remains a sturdy joke. Get home. Leo left a note by the screwdriver relic. Thanks for not turning me into content. Sit on the floor, stare at it. The room hums like a stage with the lights off. Finale week. The intern posts a story of her at a concert. She's dancing. Good. I double tap like a citizen. Leo texts a picture of a new workspace. Small theater, different cables, less history. Starting over, he writes. I send a thumbs up, then another message. Tell them to label their stuff, it's chaos out there. He replies, already did. Of course he did. That night I finally wash my tote bag. GIRLS bite back lettering cracked a bit. Still legible. I fold it anyway, put it on the chair, sit down at my desk, open a blank doc titled Policy V2, type care is logistics, type safety needs clocks and appeals, type don't make guillotines your first tool, stop. Close the dock, not ready to post, ready to live it maybe. Next morning, bike bell dings at a delivery truck. One of the guys yells, sorry. I yell, me too. We both laugh across a crosswalk. Small treaty signed in honks. At the office, I pour coffee into a mug that now just says GIRLS bite. Someone asks what happened to back. I say I'm giving it a rest. We both smile. Feels like the first true one in months. Sit down at my desk. Cursor blinks. Slack blinks. Life blinks. I type a post. We hold care and consequence at the same time. It's heavier, but it's adult. Schedule it. Close my eyes. Let the weight be weight. Be me. Still feminist. Still loud. Now with a volume knob. Learn that dignity and due process are sisters, not enemies. Put that on a sticker someday. Coda. I keep the screwdriver on my shelf. Tiny silver reminder that building takes longer than breaking. Also works on loose kitchen handles. Function plus metaphor. Very on brand. Walk past the poster wall again. A new one is up. We believe people can learn. I touch the corner of the poster with one finger. Softly. Then let go. No alarms, progress. We'll see, log off for the night. Close the door, leave it a little open, on purpose. Because I finally get why that matters. Be me, try again tomorrow.